I want to say, effectively zero amount of mistakes you could make on the pick was still having a big impact. But early on, you can be a menace. And I think T1 really playing more akin to the draft you saw in game number 1, where it's very much about the early game prio, turning that into substantial leads. What is Canyon going to pick? Because if he picks Maokai again, it would make sense, but it would make me very sad. I want to see something that matches this. And we know he has a deep champion pool, but this is the new Canyon, everyone. He is playing with Chovy. He is playing with, I guess King is also playing a tank. He's playing with Pace. He knows his place, and it is playing Maokai for the second game.
Number 2. We'll see whether they can use that momentum to move towards a victory. Keen, his last game was on Udyr as, oh dearie me, that's a flash from Carrier. He's still on fire. Hail of Arrows comes down. Lots of flashes coming in. He's underneath this turret, and there is first blood for Paze. Chovy taking 1 billion damage.
Very aggressively towards an attempted early back force. As very straightforward, even with bone plating and the flash. And a nice Q, unfortunately not going to be able to actually stay alive throughout it all. But Lahens has to back, and Chovy has to back, and Pace also.
Yeah.
As we're just 2v2 in mid now, I guess.
That seems to be the thing. It's an odd one. As we get Carrier to move on in here as well. Canyon is going to be fighting against Oner, who is a little bit outnumbered. As Lahens and Chovy moving on in. Scryer's Bloom show exactly what's going on. Ziggin and Zaggin is Oner trying to get himself safe, but it's just not going to work out. Knocked up and destroyed. Canyon going to be able to grab that one.
Carrier was there. I think Lahens was still on vision as Canyon. He's not done. Zeus.
He is a
tempo. Wait,
tree on a mission. You can't lightning rush out of that one as Keen is relatively low, but there is a big old fiery storm around that small lightning rat. Belveth doing her best to stay really far ahead in farm. That is what she's going to continue to do as Carrier is going to get engaged on. Over the wall goes Canyon, and Carrier, I don't know whether he's getting out of this one. The ulti comes in and Chovy says thank you so much for our 4th one of the game. 1-0-2 on the Yone as well as now even Gumayusi has to exit. Look at this gank squad. It's like Canyon and Lahens have been born to play with one another, you know, just roaming the rift. With this unbound soul, you saw Chovy just walks forward and says, Oni, you're not going home. You're staying here. 4 versus 3. A magical journey is going to come on through. They're just leaving Gumayusi to die, and he will do so. Chains of Corruption come in. Oner going to try and dash his way out. As Oner looking for some grubs, some Kevins. Getting to work here as Zeus going to move on down. Lahens has found a position here as they get a knock up onto Canyon. He's pretty tanky, but Oner now. Oh, he's given a magical journey. There it is. Canyon picks up that kill as Chovy's in trouble. Gets a shield, tries to get out, and he does. Oh my goodness. But the Kevins go to T1.
And really, it's just Pace.
Yeah, and Pace is a lot of the money. Chains of Corruption comes in. Gets a fade away as Gumayusi not going to be auto range, and that does mean that
Lahens! What was that?
Look, don't question
Lahens. He just flashed! He didn't even flash Ignite!
No, he just flashed. It's sending a message.
What message?
The message is, I don't need flash.
He doesn't have X-Flash, Atlas.
No, but he doesn't need it.
T1 is right now where it's looking kind of rough. In the third games, Chovy.
Bit of a knock up onto Chovy. He's going to return the favor in kind as he flashes on top of Oner, who goes stabby for a little while, and Carrier says, let's take a pause. That is going to come in. The curtains are called here by Gumayusi, but he's not finding too many of them. Keen turns up, and good night, Carrier. He's going to pay for his sins as Faker does find the Emperor's Divide. T1 are on the board. They figured it out, but
it doesn't feel great, and normally you have like, but what if cannon? But it says 80 cannon.
Chains of Corruption. Stabby might need to be employed as Oner is just going to go down. T1 trying to grab themselves a cross map. Keen is here with a big angry circle, and he'll at least be able to deal with the minions. And it's also like the composition from Gen.G doesn't open a lot of doors, as Lahens, speaking of which, is just going to look for Oner here. He is able to dish, dash, and dive away.
Nice.
As Fate comes in. Nature's Grasp comes down as well as Faker does find the scoop onto Canyon, but he's not exactly the optimal target as Lehens is slinking away. Zeus finds it.
Guys, I'm pretty sure there is some bad things about to happen to the T1 members.
Yeah, Oner is just, he's just flapping away. Yeah, he realizes that there's nothing he's really going to be able to do about this one. Faker is going to die. Pays now could be in trouble though, as a Tempered Fate not going to land on top of him, but that's Oner collecting the kill.
Hey?
Oh, love to see it. That's all right, T1 trying to deny this one. This is Hextech Soul, this is big. As Keen gets in there, Magical Journey to get them out. Somehow it's Carrier that secures the Drake.
In fact, because they don't have Keen, and even if they do, he's not building any of his Carrier.
Oh, Carrier could just be caught out here, and there he goes. Chovy collects it.
In this specific game, as Keen finds Zeus.
But Carrier does have Magical Journey. Is going to get a stun down there as well, as Keen getting shot quite a few times, and there it is. Gumayusi going to lock that one down, and Keen.
T1 don't deny this. Winning the game is going to be really, really hard.
Yep. Vision going to be cleared here as Oner looking to rotate around. Carrier has already dove over the top with these Hex Gates as in goes Lehens. He finds Gumayusi, who immediately explodes.
Specific game. As
Lehens is flashing in. There's the Tempered Fate. He just moves out of the way of it. Nicely done there to try and keep himself alive. Avoids the ulti from Chovy. He's dead, but he has avoided some stuff, and it looked kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
That's not a new item, but you wouldn't know it. TP coming in.
Yeah, let's see whether T1 can mount any sort of defense. As in goes Chovy, unbinds the soul, and says goodnight to the cannon. Faker clearing out Vision where he can, but I don't think he's going to be able to swoop in and do anything here, as the Bel'Veth has a blast cone available, gets into the pit somehow. And nails it! Okay, all right, Oner. Yes, I guess Oner may have just done stabby and smoke.
Oh yeah, okay, but he's one Bel'Veth. One Bel'Veth can't do 3k health in a second, as Zeus gets unceremoniously dunked on. Just absolutely demolished.
All right, let's check it out. So how did all that damage happen? So 3k, it just got down to 79 HP and smoked it. 79. So there you go. And you heard the shriek of the crowd here as well. That one gets taken down. Lehens is in a position on the map. It turns out that it was not a position that was very good for him to be in.
This game is going places, Atlas.
This game is going. That is absolutely true. Chovy is golden, and yeah, he's looking in a bit of trouble. Nature's Grasp to try and save him. Some flashes forward here as he gets a shield, but he is still going to go down, and Oner will possess him now.
In this Carrier? I guess it's fine.
Yeah, Genji just going to run away from him. There's Chains of Corruption, and he's dead.
Not fine.
No, he's not.
Take it back.
As to what to do, they're going to lose the inhibitor. So Inhib traded for an Inhib. But the Elder is right here.
Okay, they're trying to set up a bait. Oh, they don't want to go, but they do!
There's the flash forward with the quickness. Chains of Corruption comes in, Tempered Fate to buy some space, but Oner is, very close to taking Lehens with him, but he will go down. And now, Chovy diving on forward. Keen is a brick wall, but he cannot withstand it for too long, with Faker and Zeus having some deadly autos to come on in there. There's the ulti, the sweep comes in from Faker, and he finds the kill onto the Udyr. Lehens has turned up yet again, and Pays just does so much damage. My goodness, you blink and you lose him, as the Elder is getting very angry. Teleport to come forward as Gumayusi Carrier. I don't think they're going to be able to do this by themselves. The rest of their team are dead. Find any sort of way.
20 seconds.
Well, Oner down so incredibly low, and yeah, like you're talking about, it's all about the Elder. You engage onto that, and you just can't really do anything about it. As, a possible pickup onto Chovy, has to flash away. Lehens is going to be taken down. Zeus now with the ultimate ticking. He does fall down, but the Empress Divide comes in. Keen is just gigantic. It's very difficult to take him down, as Canyon's going to be eviscerated. Pays does a lot of damage, but he needs a frontline, and T1 hold on.
It's another opportunity.
Second Elder?
I think we're heading towards second Elder for sure. So what is happening here is the setup that comes through initially doesn't look like it's really going to be enough. And then it's the Bard Q that sets up the CC chain that almost kills Chovy. Crit Bloom healing the rest of T1 so they don't immediately get boomed. Zay is buying a lot of time, and then Pace is lucky. It's good that he hits Oner there, because if Oner ends up staying alive as well,
기회 있어. 좋아. 여기까지.
We've got another chance.
they do.
Yeah, trying to pick up some more bounties.
They need a buff. They can't alone deal with this.
All right, Tempered Fate is going to stop the teleport. That means the Faker is able to take down the inner turret. He could look for even more here. As the mini Kevins making their way in, Faker is just going to destroy
the Lich Bane!
He's had the Lich Bane this whole time. It's been there in his inventory. Well, this Elder is dead.
It's just gone.
It's really gone. Oh my god, that was so scary. Okay, Emperor's Divide coming on in here as Chovy gets over the wall. Faker does go into his Zhonya's, but look at even the hail of arrows tearing them apart.
No!
Faker, oh, he gets eaten by the dragon. As now Keen and Zeus fighting, but Zeus is actually winning out on this one. Yeah, you can have your Elder buff. Yeah. They don't have Baron just yet. They can back away and get that if they really want to add to it. But Oner could be caught out of position. Pays with his 1,000,000 items. Raining down the arrows. In goes Lahens once again. There's the Wombo combo. They've taken down the Belveth as well. And I think this is the last gasp for T1. The last one's going to be an ultimate landing from Pays, which is a pretty beautiful way to end it here, as the last Nexus turret will go down and the Nexus will follow. Gen G, after having so much control all game, it was an extraordinarily long one, but they got there in the end.
Save the game. Even in the state that it was, which is mind-blowing. And at this point, they have Elder, and Faker is down, so the biggest damage source is gone.
Yeah. Time to have a listen in. We can hear that everyone's actually talking. Yeah, watch cannon.
바텀 라인으로 끝내. 바텀 라인으로.
Yeah, push through button. The classic Lahens celebration in a very concerned way is, I guess, what we're going to say. And Genji going wild. Mata losing his mind, as we can see. Debut game for the new coaching.